Respect, not genuine love, respect, pay appreciation time to the genuines only. Trauma. Trauma chose you. You ain't choose trauma. They try to manipulate you and act like you chose trauma. It's the mindset for me. How you ain't choose sexually assault to be sexually assaulted as a child. You ain't choose that, but trauma chose you. They try to manipulate your character, something that you truly wasn't. It's the mindset for me. Try to portray you something that you're not supposed to be. At the end of the day, a crazy psychotic person that's just trying to find themselves in this crazy cold world. They overlooked you. They try to confuse you. They brainwash you. Couldn't you solve for yourself? Dealing with depression, anxiety at a young age, trying to find yourself, trying to find balance within yourself. You had a gift so in tune with you. They try to sidetrack you so you can't become your best self vision of yourself. Dang, trauma chose you. It's the mindset for me. When you're trying to elevate to become your best self vision of yourself, they laughed at you, disrespected you, they kicked you out. They portrayed you to be something that you truly wasn't. They couldn't even get in tune with themselves to respect you. They thought it was the norm to go against the baby, an innocent baby at that. You know, a child is so innocent. It's so sad how these innocent people, it's so sad how these innocent babies don't have a chance at the end of the day. You know, a child can't speak up for themselves because their voices get overridden by that adult. It's the mindset for me. Who's supposed to defend that baby at the end of the day? That baby's supposed to be quiet until they become an adult so they can escape from the escape of these toxic people. It's the mindset for me. Dealing with trauma on top of trauma it wasn't something that you actually walked into. It was something that was chosen for you. It's the mindset for me. Dealing with toxic people on top of toxic traits, on top of toxic behavior is a generation curse that needs to be broken. It's the mindset of toxic people. Listen, dealing with depression, dealing with anxiety, dealing with abandonment issues, dealing with drug addictions. It's the mindset for me. Whatever substance you take, you put a name to your book. Could be alcohol, be pills. You put a name to your book. Dealing with trauma on top of trauma. That young little soul was so innocent, was born into a family who nobody wanted to respect them, let alone protect them. It's the mindset for me. They overlooked that baby. That baby was trying to show up for themselves in this cold, cold world. That baby was a young little baby for a long time once they became an adult. They were just trying to find themselves in this cold, cold world that we live in. You know, to reevaluate your thought process and say to yourself is, wow, who am I living for today? But when that child of God became a child of God, and God allowed that child of God, that little baby within, God allowed that baby to see another day. And God allowed that baby to know that baby was protected this whole entire time because a trauma was endured within that baby. You know, we can't pick who our folks are. But you know. And you know there's assignment within assignment. Sometimes we are dealt an unfair share hand in life. You know, dealing with trauma. From a child point of view going to your adulthood. You know, if somebody was ever sexually assaulted, abused, disrespected, abandoned, overlooked, you know, it's not easy. You know what I mean? Like dealing with understanding the sign within the assignment, trying to show for yourself and dealing with that pain on top of pain that who's gonna genuinely respect me? Who's gonna genuinely love me? When these folks that brought me into this world didn't even respect me or care about me, let alone that. They pushed you away. They kicked you out to the streets. They told everybody not to open the door for you. You had nowhere to go. You reevaluating your thought process as a child. Saying to yourself is, nobody cares about me. Nobody loves me. But when you find God, God loves you and God guided you. That's why you stand before yourself today with a smile on your face and you genuinely at peace with yourself. And that's why they can't understand how did you overcome. I was supposed to damage you. I was supposed to disrespect you. It's for you not to be able to show for yourself today. You know, regardless of what trauma you endured as a child, going into your adulthood, sometimes some people have that broken inner child within them for a very long time. And being that it was endured within them, they don't know how to escape it. They don't know how to heal that inner child within them. But because God installed these tools within us to become our best self visions of ourselves, is to be patient with your process and to know that there are better days ahead. And, you know, God didn't approve of what they did to you. That was not God saying. It wasn't. But God allowed you to believe that one day you will become your best self vision of yourself because it takes patience and God allows you to see another day for a reason. You know, self-awareness, self-respect, self-healing, self-control, self-discipline, self-care, self-value, self-worth, self-patience, self-peace, self-love, self-confidence, and boundaries. You know, it's something that they wasn't aware of themselves. But being that you are aware of yourself and you don't want to be that person that they were to you, and you don't have to go tick for tack to prove a point to them, to prove a point to yourself at the end of the day, because you're genuine true to yourself, that God got your back and God guided you and protected you from them. You know, that energy hit different. You know, it's sad and disturbing that a child doesn't have the proper protection when it comes to being disrespected, violated, and even violated from their own family members or family friends, and being sexually assaulted, and that child speaks up for themselves and that child becomes a mute. They brainwash the baby before the baby was even able to speak. It's the mindset for me. And then the baby gets older, and the baby just goes into a cold world, and the baby just so confused as to it's just a cry out for help. So it's a cry out for help that nobody will ever understand, and everybody overlooks that cry out for help. And because everybody overlooks that cry out for help, they disrespect that person, that adult or that child, because they don't understand. You know, the inner child within you when you become an adult, it's not about having mommy and daddy issues sometimes. People fail to realize that, and I hate to hear that. Because when somebody disrespects you at the end of the day, it's not about somebody buying you something. It's about somebody respecting you. Just because someone brought you into this world at the end of the day, it's called respect, and it's a two-way street. And if somebody can't respect you, they're not for you. And I say that respectfully. If somebody can't respect you, they're not for you. And when God allows you to see certain places and certain things in your life and people that didn't respect you and didn't value your time, and they overlooked you and took the time to get to know you, and it wasn't meant for them to. Because God will send genuine people into your life that's going to respect you and going to genuinely love you without wearing a mask and tuning into you. But when it starts with healing, it starts with you and being true to yourself without wearing a mask. Or one foot in one door, one foot in the other. You can't have one foot in one door and one foot in another door. It would never make sense. It would never make sense. Never. And when it starts with healing, it's not easy. It's not. It's a process within a process of you showing up for yourself to become your best self version of yourself. And you gotta stay true to yourself. And it's on your timing. It can't be forced. Because you gotta be mentally ready and genuinely mean what you say and say what you mean, that you tune into yourself the healthy way, not the toxic way. Because when God closed certain doors in your life for a reason, God closed certain doors in your life for a reason. When God allows you to see another day for a reason, God was patient with you, and God is still in tune with you. And I say that respectfully. You know, just because someone gave up on you, don't give up on yourself. Just because someone overlooks you, don't give up on yourself. You are genuinely loved by all the right people. You are genuinely respected by all the right people. Never allow the enemy of hate in disguise or person malicious intentions like a thought process on your freedom, because you are worthy and you matter. Protect your energy, because not everybody's having your time. You know, regardless to what trauma you endured as a child going into your adulthood, never allow someone to sidetrack your thought process to allow you to believe that God is not working in your favor when you are the miracle within yourself. They only play in their own face, questioning God. And I say that respectfully, especially when you don't have malicious intentions to bring harm towards yourself and others around you. It's called respect and staying in your lane, and never judge a book by its cover. God got your back, and protect your energy, because not everybody's having your time. They will sit here and try to psych you to thought process on your freedom, act like they're so in tune with God, and the whole entire time they're trying to bring harm to you, psych your thought process on your freedom and your eyesight. And their intention is not good. Remember, you are genuinely loved by all the right people, and you are genuinely respected by all the right people. That's genuinely for you. God didn't install you to be discouraged. God didn't install fear within you. God didn't install you giving up. God installed patience within you for you to have self-awareness within yourself, to protect yourself, to understand that God got your back. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. God got your back. I so appreciate your time to the genuine ones only. Protect your energy, because not everybody's here for your time. God is not for sale. Love yourself with God. Protect your every direction. You're entitled to freedom of speech, so they say. Now your genuine love, respect. I truly appreciate your time to the genuine ones only. Respect. Love yourself with God's protection. Now your genuine love. Have a safe remaining week. Respect.